Hey everyone, and welcome to today's deep dives.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be looking at the really interesting story of Al Roker and his journey with his health.
Absolute fascinating story over decades.
Yeah, it's not just like a little, before and after.
Yeah.
It's really an incredible story that's really unfolded over a long time, and we've got all sorts of things to look at. We've got articles, we've got a YouTube video
Oh, wow.
from way back when, and we've got stuff that's really recent, so we can see the long view of this.
That's fantastic.
This is a guy who went from size 54 jeans
Really?
to running half marathons.
That's incredible.
I mean, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, what I think is so great about Al Roker is that he's been very public about the struggles along the way. He doesn't sugarcoat it,
No,
which makes his successes even more impressive.
totally. Okay, so let's rewind back to the beginning.
Okay.
When he lost his father in 2002, and after that he made this big decision that kind of changed everything. He had gastric bypass surgery, and he ended up losing like 100 pounds.
Wow.
And he's described it as fulfilling a deathbed promise
Oh, wow.
to his dad to get healthy.
You know, that's a powerful thing, that emotional connection to make a change. And I think for a lot of people, a promise like that could be a really motivating factor.
Yeah, it makes you think, what other things in life have that kind of impact?
Absolutely. What drives our decisions.
Yeah, so it's really interesting to think about that.
Yeah.
But, as we know, early success
Right. Yeah.
doesn't mean easy street forever.
Exactly.
And we even dug up this hilarious clip from Ellen back in 2004,
Oh my gosh.
where he's joking about being on the Jell-O shooter diet.
Oh, I remember that.
I mean,
Oh, that's so funny.
it's pretty funny.
I love his humor. But, he jokes about it, but there's a serious point here. Like, Roker's story really does show that weight management
Right.
isn't a one and done thing.
Absolutely. It's a long game.
It is.
And he never stopped putting in the work.
Totally. So fast forward to 2022. And Roker shares that he's dropped another 45 pounds this time by walking and following a low-carb diet.
Interesting.
So it sounds pretty simple, but what's the science behind that?
Well, walking is fantastic for your heart, and it burns calories without being too intense.
Right.
It's
easy.
It's easy on the joints.
Yeah.
And then the low-carb approach, it can really help to curb your appetite and keep your blood sugar stable, which often helps with weight loss.
Interesting. And, he had that Today Show 30-day walking challenge that he
Right.
spearheaded.
Totally fits his approach.
Yeah, so it's all kind of coming together, but here's where it gets real. Even with his healthy lifestyle,
Yeah,
Roker has had some tough physical setbacks. I mean,
it's true.
we're talking multiple knee surgeries, shoulder problems,
Oh, wow.
carpal tunnel, even a hip replacement.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to deal with.
Yeah, and then in 2022, things took a turn for the worse.
Yeah.
He was hospitalized with a blood clot, a serious blood clot, and needed multiple surgeries and a long recovery.
It's really incredible how positive he stayed through it all.
I know.
He even joked on Today and he said, quote, "I went in for one operation, got 4 free."
He's got such a great attitude about everything.
How does that kind of attitude impact someone's well-being?
Well, a positive mindset is a game changer.
Yeah.
It helps people manage stress, and it helps them cope with pain and recover faster.
Really interesting and something to definitely think about.
For sure.
Okay, so let's talk about his prostate cancer diagnosis in 2020.
Okay.
So,
Prostate cancer is actually quite common.
is it?
It is. And the good news is it's often detected early,
Okay.
like in Roker's case. And that early detection significantly increases the chances of successful treatment.
So to end this section on a high note, we have to mention that incredible return to the Today studio
Oh, yes.
in January of 2023.
Such a great moment.
He was running on pure excitement.
I know.
Thrilled to be back.
It was amazing.
I mean, such an inspiring moment.
It really was a testament to his resilience and his spirit.
Yeah.
He didn't let those setbacks define him.
You know what's interesting is how walking kind of keeps coming up as a theme.
Yes.
Throughout this journey, it wasn't just about the weight loss. He even ran the Brooklyn Half Marathon.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
People really underestimate the power of consistent, moderate exercise, like walking.
right,
It's easy to fit into your routine.
right.
You don't need any fancy equipment, and it has tons of physical and mental benefits.
Yeah, and he's been very open about the fact that his journey hasn't been just a straight line to success.
Yeah.
He's talked about setbacks, struggles, and just the constant effort it takes to stay healthy.
That's such an important message because we often just see the before and after, these dramatic transformations,
Well, yeah.
but we don't see the work that goes into maintaining that after.
The upkeep.
Yeah, it's all about constant choices and adjustments.
Remember that Instagram post where he
Yeah.
celebrated the 20th anniversary of his gastric bypass?
Yeah.
And he put on those old size 54 Levi's? It was such a powerful visual
I
reminder
remember that picture. Yeah.
of his
You're
transformation.
powerful.
But, he admitted that it's still a struggle, which I think resonates with anyone who's trying to make lasting changes
Absolutely.
to their health.
There will be ups and downs, but the key is to keep going.
Okay, so we've talked about the physical side of things, but I'm really curious about the mental and emotional side. How does he stay so positive
Yeah.
despite all these challenges?
Well, remember that bit from the Ellen interview where he talks about working out with a trainer
Yeah.
and how his goal was to be able to beat his trainer to death at any moment?
He's so funny.
He's hilarious.
But I mean, obviously he's joking, but
He is. But it highlights an important point. Find activities that you enjoy.
oh, that's so important.
That's crucial for staying motivated.
Right.
And remember, exercise itself boosts your mood.
Yeah.
It releases endorphins, reduces stress hormones, and it can even improve sleep.
So it's about feeling good, not just looking good.
Exactly. And when you feel good mentally, it positively impacts other areas of your life.
He's mentioned that walking helps him, improves his mental health.
Yeah.
It seems so simple, but I'm curious, have you noticed a connection between physical activity and your mood in your own life?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even a short walk, helps me to clear my head,
Oh my God.
get my creative juices flowing, approach problems with a fresh perspective. It's like a reset button. What about you?
Totally. When I get stressed out or overwhelmed, I find that even if I just do like a quick walk around the block,
Yeah.
it just helps me feel grounded and
No.
centered.
It's like shaking off the tension,
Yeah.
both physically and mentally.
It's amazing how connected the physical
Yeah.
and mental well-being is.
Real Groker's story really emphasizes that. And he
Hmm.
talks openly about the tough stuff, which is what makes him so relatable and inspiring.
Totally. He shows us that it's okay to be vulnerable and we don't have to be perfect to make progress.
Absolutely.
I mean, his willingness to share both the highs and the lows, I think, is what makes it feel so real and achievable.
And he always stresses the importance of consistency and finding joy in the process.
Yeah.
Whether it's walking or trying new healthy recipes or even just joking about Jell-O shooters,
Right.
it's about finding what works for you and making it sustainable.
So well said. We've covered a lot about his weight loss, his dedication to fitness, his incredible resilience, and his just like unwavering optimism.
Right.
But there's one more piece of this deep dive that we need to explore. Remember that mention of a second hospitalization
Oh, yes.
shortly after he was released for the blood clots?
The medical whack-a-mole, as he called it.
Oh, yeah.
It turned out that he needed a 7-hour surgery. Doctors found 2 bleeding ulcers. They removed his colon, took out his gallbladder, and repaired part of his small intestine.
Wow.
It's a lot.
That's intense. I mean, it's amazing he bounced back from all that.
It really is. And even after that second surgery, he kept his sense of humor. Remember him joking about getting, quote, 4 operations free? I mean, it just speaks to his mental strength and his ability to find humor even in like the toughest situations.
He doesn't let things get him down, does he?
No, he doesn't.
But, it also highlights that health isn't always predictable, right?
Right.
There can be these unexpected complications even when you're doing everything right.
Absolutely. It's a reminder to be kind to ourselves and, acknowledge the wins and just keep pushing forward even when things get tough.
So we've talked about his weight loss journey, his commitment to staying active, his amazing ability to bounce back from setbacks, and just his incredible positive attitude. But what stands out to you as like the most important takeaway from all of this?
I think it's that a healthy lifestyle is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah.
There will be ups and downs and setbacks and plateaus, but the key is to just keep moving forward, even if it's just one step at a time.
And finding ways to enjoy the process is essential. Whether it's finding an exercise routine you love, trying out new healthy recipes, or even just making time for activities that bring you joy and reduce stress, it's about making choices that feel good and sustainable.
Exactly. Roker's story highlights that a healthy lifestyle doesn't have to be about deprivation or punishment. It can be about finding what you love that also supports your well-being.
Before we move on, I want to circle back to something Roker said about walking being a key part of his weight loss and overall well-being. I mean, he's even completed multiple half marathons.
It's pretty incredible considering his history with knee problems. Walking is often overlooked as a form of exercise, but it's accessible to almost everyone, easy to incorporate into your daily routine, and it offers a wide range of benefits for both your physical and mental health.
So true. No need for fancy equipment or a gym membership.
Nope.
Now let's kind of shift gears a little bit and talk about Roker's thoughts on how his health journey will continue to evolve.
Okay.
He's hinted at the possibility of another knee replacement surgery in the future.
Yeah, given the stress he's put on his joints over the years, it wouldn't be surprising. But knowing Roker, he'll approach it with his trademark humor and determination.
Absolutely. He's definitely shown us that he doesn't shy away from challenges. But beyond the physical aspects, I'm curious to hear his insights on how this whole experience has shaped his overall perspective on health and well-being.
Well, he's often emphasized that exercise isn't just about weight loss, it's about feeling better, having more energy and managing stress. And remember that line from the Ellen interview where he joked about wanting to be able to beat his trainer to death?
Oh, yeah.
Classic Roker, but beneath the humor, there's a valuable lesson there.
What is it?
Finding an activity you genuinely enjoy is crucial for making it a sustainable part of your life. If you dread working out, you're much less likely to stick with it. Roker's journey reminds us that a healthy lifestyle shouldn't feel like a chore. It should be about finding things you love that also happen to be good for you.
I think that's a really empowering message. It takes the pressure off of striving for perfection and allows us to focus on finding what works for us individually.
Absolutely. And it highlights the importance of self-compassion.
Oh.
Roker's been very open about the fact that his journey has had his share of setbacks and challenges. He hasn't always been perfect, and he's been willing to admit that.
And that kind of honesty is so refreshing, and it makes his story even more relatable.
Yeah.
He's not some superhuman with unwavering willpower. He's a real person who's faced real obstacles and found ways to persevere.
And that's a powerful message for all of us. It's okay to have setbacks, to stumble, to need help.
Yeah.
The important thing is to keep moving forward, even if it's just one small step at a time.
Roker's story is a testament to the fact that we don't have to do this alone.
Right.
It's okay to ask for help, to seek support, and to celebrate every victory along the way.
Well said. His resilience, his dedication to his health, and his contagious positive attitude are truly inspiring. Now, before we wrap up this deep dive into Al Roker's incredible health journey, I want to leave our listener with one final thought to ponder.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Remember how Roker talked about the importance of walking as part of his routine? It's something he's done consistently for years, and he even completed multiple half marathons.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable, especially considering his knee issues. Walking is often underestimated as a form of exercise, but it's so accessible and can be easily incorporated into anyone's day.
Exactly. So here's my question for our listener. What's one small step you can take today to incorporate more walking into your own life? It doesn't have to be anything drastic. Maybe it's taking the stairs instead of the elevator, parking further away from your destination, or simply going for a 10-minute walk during your lunch break.
I love that. It's a great reminder that even small changes can add up to big results over time.
And it brings us to the end of our deep dive into Al Roker's inspiring health journey.
This has been a truly fascinating exploration, and I think we've all learned some valuable lessons from Roker's experiences. His story is a reminder that health is a lifelong journey, and it's never too late to start making positive changes.
Yeah, it really is. His story really shows us that, health is so much more than just numbers on a scale.
Yeah.
Or a before and after picture.
Right.
It's about resilience and, finding joy in that journey and just never giving up on yourself.
I couldn't agree more, and he's approached every challenge with such a positive attitude.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something we can all learn from.
Yeah, and his willingness to be so open and honest about, the struggles makes his successes even more meaningful.
Yeah.
It reminds us that it's okay to ask for help,
Right.
to have setbacks, and to be kind to ourselves
Absolutely.
along the way.
As we wrap up this deep dive, I think it's important to emphasize that Roker's story isn't just about him.
It's about all of us. It's a reminder that we all have the power to take control of our health and well-being, no matter where we're starting from.
Well said. So as we close out this episode, I want to leave our listener with one final question to ponder.
Okay.
We've seen how Al Roker has transformed his life, through dedication, perseverance, and a positive mindset. What steps will you take to prioritize your own health and well-being?
It's a great question to reflect on. Remember, even small changes can make a big difference over time.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Al Roker's inspiring health journey. We hope you found it informative, motivating, and maybe even a little bit humorous along the way. Until next time, keep striving for your best self.